Mike's Daily Podcast.
Welcome to my little quirky podcast. It's episode 1667. We've gotten out of the Satan zone. Although I lost some of you when I was discussing the whole Mark of the Beast thing. But that's all right. I was reading off of Wikipedia. I completely own it that I didn't own the information that I was pulling in from a share site, but what have you. Hey, look at that.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I just jumped up 2 subscribers. I'm at 400 and... Oh, no. It's my... Oh, no, it is right.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
468. Yay. I had to get some sleep last night, and I did. And now I feel alright, but you know, it's tough during the summer months with all the, what do you call it, the sun shining down, keeping you on the run, keeping you having fun. That's what I'm saying. It's
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Difficult to... I squint a lot during the summer. Too much sunlight. Too much. I become this
Mike's
groundhog.
Daily
I leave the ground
Podcast.
and I am squinting.
Yeah!
Constantly. So last show I went on and on about some stupid drunk British guy that was sitting in for Hugh Hewitt. I was just listening to Hugh Hewitt going, Kavanaugh is going to be confirmed. There's no why are you trying to fight it? Let me tell you why we try to fight it, Hugh, is because your party fought Obama for every frickin' thing. So turnabout's fair play. It's called politics, and yeah, it sucks. And even some have admitted that I didn't have this.
Washington's made things worse.
I need to hire someone to come into the studio and put everything the way I want it. Because I always end up having to do about 20 minutes of correcting everything the guy in front of me does. And the guy in front of me, he does a bunch of stuff, look who else walked in, that sometimes throw off the show. Like yesterday, I had my complete show got thrown off because this guy likes to do so. I don't want to be specific. Anyway, look who walked in.
Oh my god, this is Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. It sounds like you're being ultra specific today.
Yes, when I'm ultra specific, people don't get it, do they?
No, they fall asleep.
Just like listening to Mike Pence. Ooh la la, that guy is a boring sap.
And here's today's podcast picture.
With his gray helmet head. Hi, I'm Silver Helmet. I'm your vice president, Silver Helmet. And I'm here to tell you that there was a German chancellor named Helmut Kohl. And I just thought I'd bring that up to remind you. To remind you of what I really am. Yeah, I just did a little Nickelback and a little Chad Kroger. Was that completely inappropriate and not needed? Yes. Who needs to listen to Nickelback anymore? We get it. We got it. They were in the 90s. They were a poppy, watered-down, poor man's version of Nirvana. And they sucked. And it's fun to bash Nickelback now. They suck. Now here, that being said, anybody who and I had this conversation with Stormy Phoenix over the weekend. By the way, Stormy Phoenix interviewed a band. Well, the lead singer of a band called Warpaint. Warpaint has a song, and it goes a little something like, you're a new song, baby, you're... 7-Eleven today. It's 7-Eleven. And so there are a couple of ladies, a la Haim, a la Bangles, a la Go-Go's, and they do music. Now, the lead singer is doing a solo thing. Her name is TT, and in the letters TT. And today's 7-Eleven. I'm just jumping around. You gotta sometimes just jump. You just gotta start the show over. Is what you got. Oop. No, I didn't mean to do that. But I did mean to tell you, Stormy Phoenix is on Mixcloud. And apparently very difficult to find. Here we go. So if you go to mixcloud.com/Stormy-Phoenix, she's got an interview with Teresa Wayman, who is the lead singer of the band that sings that song, New Song, Warpaint, TT. So there's your little plug, Stormy. And we were discussing how people who bash bands, I don't like them. Ugh. They lie because they do like that band. There's always going to be some song. Like, I bash the Foo Fighters. But yeah, I love the Everlong? So I can breathe you in. And I wonder. I love that song.
America elected Donald Trump.
And yeah,
the Russians helped.
And yeah, I like the Foo Fighters. Thank you, Elizabeth Warren. My point is, today is 7-Eleven. What does that mean, my friend? It means that we have free, usually. Now, let's see. So, an interesting fact, I've brought it up before, but I was married on this date many, many years ago. And the only reason why I remember that is because it's 7-Eleven, and 7-Eleven, the store, does a 7-Eleven day. Slurpee Day. Oh, it's called Free Slurpee Day. It's a special... it's the 50th anniversary. I didn't even know. It's the 50th anniversary of the Slurpee. So that's news right there. And let's see. Let's see. How to claim your free Slurpee today. Looks like you just go down to your local 7-Eleven while supplies last. Now, some places, I know last year, let you have a free chili dog or a hot dog and they have a huge concession stand. You can put chili on it. I don't know if it's really chili, but really chili? Really? Is it really chili? Really? No, I really made chili last night, and my lovely lady friend loved it, and so I feel a little bit vindicated today because my chili's kicking butt. But the Slurpee Day, you'll get to have weird synthetic chili at your local 7-Eleven store, possibly, if they let you do that. I know the one in Fremont does. So there's all kinds of manner of people there that show up for that. Oh, I'm going to get dinged by YouTube if I keep doing that. Freaking YouTube, they don't let you play anything to make your... So Trump, who can do anything apparently, and was elected by the Russians, as we heard earlier from Elizabeth Warren.
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
He had a war of words with the lovely little lady from Deutschland, Angela Merkel, over Russian influence and defending spending. He had a clash ahead of the NATO summit. And, quote, Trump says, Germany is captive to Russia. And they were showing some footage on C-SPAN of Trump at the NATO things. And, he's doing the total body language with the crossed arms. And look, I'm listening, but I'm not happy. Yes. The hurricane Chris is strengthening in the Atlantic. Pardon my sniff. She blinded me with science. There's that little part of the song Thomas Dolby did. The second hurricane of the 2018 Atlantic season strengthened into a Category 2. This is located southeast of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. So as you look at the map, it looks like it started over by Greenland and then came all the way. Oh no, it's going to go to Greenland. I don't know how to read these charts. These charts are nuts. Who makes these nutty charts? Scientists, I guess. Yeah, so it's over I don't know. I'm going to be going to Florida during hurricane season. I discovered after the fact. So this should be very interesting. There was an explosion in Wisconsin and it killed a firefighter. I'm sad to tell you. That happened. Now, I don't really have all the info. Let's see. A contractor struck a natural gas main in a downtown area filled with bars and other businesses, injuring 2 firefighters and a police officer. And natural gas. A dozen were injured. Near Madison, Wisconsin. Another firefighter suffered critical injuries after fire crews arrived to investigate a gas leak. And this is something, we experienced something similar in the Bay Area. And was it San Marcos? That we had the big explosion, natural gas, and a big old fire happened. The WE Energy spokesperson, the gas people out there, said that workers for a private contractor punctured a 4-inch gas main, causing a leak. So the thing is, we have all this technology now that tells us instantly, oh, you can't dig here. There's something right there, because we have it all mapped and remapped. So why something like this would happen, who knows? It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Now I wanted to tell you about a radio host that I produce. And for some reason, he was a bit of a diva yesterday. He, she, I don't know. Okay, it was a he. And I just don't get that. As when we produce shows in radio, we are basically the conduit between the creative host, who is an expert in a field, but not in radio, not in the specifics of tech and that. And so we are the conduit. We help that person get onto the radio waves. And people still want to be on radio waves in this world of podcasts. Well, his show becomes a podcast. So it was a little bit choppy yesterday. He was having technological problems on his end that he could have solved quite easily had he done some stuff on his end. But that is not my problem. That's his problem because it's on his end. And that's the end of that story. But back to, music. Do you know who Mark Cohn is? My lovely lady friend and I were discussing Mark Cohn. Not Mark Cohn. Not Nanu. Mark Cohn. He sang that song Walking in Memphis. Interesting thing about him, and he has a lot of great music. He's a great songwriter, piano player, and he was shot. This was several years ago. He was doing a concert tour with Suzanne Vega. My Name is Luca, and the Tom's Diner song. Do 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 do. He was opening a concert for her. A guy shot him in the head. He went to the hospital, and the people there, the doctors and everybody, said, "You are one of them said, "You are the luckiest unlucky person I have ever met." And he survived, and he continues to write albums, and he does more of cover albums now. I don't know how prolific he is anymore, but yeah, he did that song Walking in Memphis, and I played for my lovely lady friend the song True Companion, which is just it's such a beautiful love ballad. I would play it for you here, but I've already been a little too schmaltzy with you today, and I think I'll back off from that. All that to say, Mork.
Nanu.
Mork Cohen. No, it's Mark Cohen. That's the show. Wait, are we going to wrap up the show yet? No, there's so many other things. I find it fascinating. There is a Craigslist job that you can get in the Bay Area for charging electric scooters. There are electric scooters everywhere in the Bay Area, which reminds me I haven't gotten to a podcast picture yet, which reminds me that the podcast picture yesterday was from the lovely Carmel area. And I did not mention that, but yes, that was from Carmel. And the picture before that, this was Monday's show. I featured a podcast picture from, it was a cartoon with Benita the Rodeo Queen. And all that to say, there were some other characters that walked in that I did not say hi to. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman! And this is John Deere, the engineer. Yes, thank you for acknowledging us. We've just been standing here. You have, and thank you for doing that. It's a great podcast today. We're gonna tie it all up in a little bow in just a moment, but I wanted to mention that you can, if you are looking for a job in the Bay Area, charging electric scooters, quite possibly maybe the thing for you. Since everybody seems to be hopping on these electric scooters, they unlock them with their app on their phone, they hop on them, and zippity zip zip, they turn those things on, they crank them up, they turn them on. Where's my electric scooter sound effect? And off they go. And so, yes, that is a thing. You can go around at night and charge them. I find that fascinating. And I really don't have a podcast picture today. I found one other thing fascinating, too, is the Justice League. That movie that, as I mentioned in a previous show, they just... you cannot... It's just impossible. There's no way that DC can catch up with the Marvel Universe. They have to just blow it all up and start over again. Not that I care, not that I am not a fan anymore of superhero movies. Oh, I thought superheroes were awesome when I was a kid, but then everything, the formula, everybody falls into the same formula and it gets annoying. But they did use the music for, like, in the Justice League, they took the song that they used for the Superman movie from the 70s. They used that. They used the Batman theme that Danny Elfman did for Batman. And they didn't use this one, though. Which is unfortunate. I just found that fascinating that they used a little bit of their previous for a new one. It shows you the power of music and how you need to always use it and not abuse it. And it's a new song. As we go outside a cafe anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcast Valley. I think I'm going to post a picture of a bunch of boats sitting on a dock in Benita. Perfect! I'm glad I did that, because it was taking me forever to find a nice podcast picture for you today. Let's see. I haven't even gotten through a tenth of my list. This is... I'd like to leave you with this thought. The weak-ass Bay Area cowboy hat. We've got this hat that men wear in the Bay Area, and it is just the most deflating, defeating piece of crap cloth that people wear on their heads. It's not a true cowboy hat. A true cowboy hat has history, has memories, has all this imagery behind it, and the rim and everything. But there's this lousy, ugly piece of crap hat that men wear in the Bay Area, and I only have seen this in the Bay Area, and it just annoys me. What it is, it's this hat. It's got this kind of a floppy rim. It looks like something an old lady would wear as she's gardening out in her field, pulling weeds. It looks like that kind of a hat. But also it looks like that crossed with a safari hat. Something you'd see an Australian wear. It's an Australian hat is what it is. It's an Australian cowboy hat, and it's lame. Stop wearing those. In the Bay Area, I see guys wear it all. As soon as I see some guy wearing that, I'm like, you gave up. Oh, but I don't want to get skin cancer, says Mike, who's about to... No. I put so much sunscreen on. That's what sunscreen's for. Your body needs that vitamin that comes from the sun. Take that vitamin. The sun's giving it to you. Even though it also makes you squint. But the thing is, that hat looks awful. And I hate... And the Bay Area keeps trying to make it a thing. But it's not. It's not ever going to be a thing, because the rest of the country sees that hat and goes, ugly Australian stupid hat. Stop wearing that hat. Even Australians are going, hey, aren't you from California? Stop wearing that hat. It looks bad, kangaroo. Next show, we will have the wonderful Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. I was a little disgruntled today, but I think I got over it. And I think, the end.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Email Mike now at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!